Hey, this is trending at some point. Y'all, Marsau went live. He argued with a few people in the comments, but most of them were there rooting for him, saying they believed he was building. And he was like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. They're saying we not building stuff. He said it costs just as much to fake build a hotel as to just go ahead and build it for real. But the best part was when the people in the comments got him started talking about Wanda. He said so much stuff. He said, I'm not saying God makes mistakes, but I'm questioning some things. He said when you look at a test and there's some questions you have to mark like with the M to go back and check later. He said basically inferring that Wanda was like that. He needs to ask some questions. And y'all, if you saw my thumbnail, he really did say I would like to ask God why did he create snakes, cockroaches, and Wanda. He said I ain't saying God makes mistakes, but I got questions. So that's what I really my ears perked up on that part. But he also said we did an ancestry test and Wanda's DNA is 75% annoying. He said she needed to be like, she needs boundaries. And he said, like, I'm not saying crate train, but he said, you know how you got them like, I think he said jail bars or something with concrete, something to keep her in her boundaries. Somebody asked, does she act like that off camera? And I can't remember what he said. I think he said Wanda's Wanda. But y'all, this live. At first, it was like, okay, we got to go through why you saying it. Everybody is not telling the truth about what you're doing. Like, sir, we seeing the lawsuits, but okay. But the part about Wanda, go ahead and take a listen. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Las Vegas and Detroit. Yeah, I get a license in those places, but yeah. Hey, inbox me, let's talk. Never not talk about business. Where'd the boss bitch go? The house you're building and everything you all do. Sweetie, this is the transparency. You think that people that don't know that you get information from, that's where it's transparent? We've been nothing but transparent. We've said everything that we do. See, here's the reason why people don't even like us. We share the good, the bad, and no one else. I'm not saying no one else in life, but most people don't share those things. You know what I'm saying? We share what held us back, what bad decisions we've made. We share that. We share the fact that, oh yeah, shit, this is more than we thought. You know, I'm thinking, I build with plans, right? I build, architect usually, because I didn't do design build, architect usually brings us, or the owner brings us the plans and says, hey, can you build this? We look at the plans and say, sure. Now, did we know that prior to that? I'll tell you what, as a measure of research, go look at a development. Look at when the civil drawings were done and when the architectural drawings were done. What you'll realize is that the civil drawings, when the land was purchased, when the civil drawings were done, and when the architect when the building was permitted, it may be 3 or 4 years, right? And when you're building a 14,000 square foot house on the top of a mountain over 200-foot elevation, and you've got all kinds of stuff in there, we had no clue. We had no clue of what it took to get us there. No clue. So, well, not we. Marsau had no clue. All right, guys, listen to me, okay? Listen to this. Go back to near the first episode. I got my general contractor's license on the show. Can't be further than 2018, 2019. I don't know, one of them years. But I was already DC and Tennessee, but I got my Alabama general contractor's license in on the show. Y'all have been seeing the growth of a baby. The house you're building, everything. All right, boss bitch, you just silly now. You can't talk to a motherfucker that already knows the end result, and you sitting there talking, you're telling them, and they're like, well, you're not. Okay, why don't you tell me what's going on, boss? Why don't you tell me what's going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? We see you lie. All you do is hide the truth about Martell and his side chick from him. They're fucking divorced, ma'am. And they've been divorced for 3 years. All right. Guys, this is the reason why you try to engage, and then you're like, okay, this is when it becomes mentally disturbing. When you're like, huh? This woman says all you do is lie about Martell and his side chick. Martell doesn't have a side chick, ma'am. This stuff happened in 2017. All right. Anyway, I live in Texas, and you can be your insurance agent on project. Hey, I need to get a better bonding agent. So TVA Farmers Agent, can you inbox me with that information? Because I do need more bonding. We want Miss Wanda because you're really kind of boring, but Tisha makes it interesting. So let me get this straight. We're boring, but on your Wednesday morning, you watch my live. Then it seems like you have a high comfort level with being bored. So boring might be your thing. Boring might be exciting to you. That's just the way I diagnosed it. What's good on Hold Up Team? Hey, we're trying to, man. I'm trying to get Jamie, Tyler, and them to pull up at Black and try to figure some stuff. You guys stop being on live while driving. Miss Angie needs to go back to her husband. She doesn't have a husband. She doesn't have a husband. I can tell non-husband responses. Hey, CC, pull up and tell teacher that. You have no explanation. This one, yeah, Miss Angie. She's the problem with it is that you think that, and here's the issue. Like with people like Miss Angie, right? You get on, and you think you're talking to somebody that has a reasonable amount of intelligence. And I'm not saying she doesn't. I'm saying I thought she did. And it's like, don't you hate like midway through the conversation when you find you're talking to a dummy? You'd be like, I wish you'd have said some dumb shit at the beginning. That way, I could have just known not to talk to you. But now you say the dumb shit after I'm invested, and I halfway down the dumbass street, and I'm like, shit, let me make a U-turn. I'm down Dumb Street. So thank you, Angie. You pulled me down Dumb Street, but I was able to make a successful U-turn and get off your block. This girl's stuck in the past. She got fast thumbs, 10 comments in for y'all one. Yeah, folks are too invested. Right. Hey, people think that everyone, he said, bro, everyone think that they're an expert on their own lives except for their own. And that's so true. That's so true. People are like, you can tell Marsau, you can tell everybody doing everything except for the person that's sleeping right next to you. That's the only one that you're not quite, that's your what's that, woman's intuition. The only person that woman's intuition is like, woman's intuition is always farsighted. You can tell what's going on in your neighbor's house, but you can't quite see what's going on in yours. Like, I didn't see that. It was right here, under your nose. You can't see under your nose. Oh, look at that. Huh. If you guys want to steal that quote, go ahead and do it, but it's hard to see what's right under your nose, because without looking in the mirror, you can't see under your nose. That's that wise shit that be coming up. What else I got? We want to watch to see more lies you're going to come with. Why would you watch to see a liar? Doesn't make sense. I never understand why people who don't like you still watch. They do like you. You know, they do like you. The one thing is in life is that everybody that doesn't like me doesn't know me. After they get to know me, they're like, yeah, he's a cool dude. Miss Wanda's not that funny, y'all. Miss Wanda's not that funny. Because you and Miss Wanda are hilarious together. She's not that funny. She's, I didn't notice until we did like an Ancestry.com thing, but she's actually annoying. She's actually annoying. She's, I don't know exactly where she's from, but it's a place that's a place that's annoying, and she's she's like 75% annoying. So didn't know that. Love the way it showed from the beginning. Miss Angela might need. It's a tough one, Miss D. None of my business. Jesus, this girl's crazy. Miss Angie definitely has daddy issues. Miss Angie definitely has daddy issues. And if Miss Angie doesn't have daddy issues, then I would really like to speak to her father, and I would just ask her, hey, sir, What did you feed Miss Angie for breakfast? If he says pancakes, no pancakes. What did you eat for lunch? Salami? No salami. Not in my house, not in my backyard. What else we got? Tiffany's cool. Tiffany's cool. Lewis is cool. Please don't feed into BS. Wanda does not belong on the show. I agree with you. I agree with you. Wanda belongs in someone's, in like one of them little, like one of them little crates. Not saying she needs to be crate trained, but she definitely needs to, she needs boundaries. And, you know, a lot of times people talk about boundaries. I think that Wanda is a person that needs boundaries. But she needs the kind of 3-inch thick bar kind of boundaries. You know, concrete wall, floor, stainless steel toilet kind of boundaries. Those are the boundaries that you get out to exercise for an hour in the day kind of boundaries. Those are the kind of boundaries that Miss Wanda needs. So, what else? What we say? Please come to Virginia. You're so funny. I don't see it. I don't see it. People don't understand the difference between jokes and funny stories. And some stories might be funny, but these aren't just jokes. Hey, Steph, you gotta chill out, sis. They got kids on this live. Joking, no kids watch. I'm glad Tisha's keeping her family together. Her family. Weird. Weird that you'd say that. Wanda rude as fuck. I think it's just her. You know, that's just her. I think God made her wrong. Not saying he made mistakes, but this is definitely questionable. This is one of those things I say, hey God, okay, let's talk about this one. All right, walk me through the process of making Wanda. You know, I would ask God to say, hey, God, I'm not saying you made a mistake, but you know how you go through tests and there are questions that you say, you know, I'm gonna mark this, I'm gonna press M on this one just to make sure, and I'm gonna come back and revisit this one. I think, you know, after God taught the class, I would go talk to him after the end of the class and say, hey, listen, I know you made this one right here. Walk me through your thought process when you made Wanda. What was your what? I'm not saying that. I know you work in mysterious ways. What were you thinking when you did this? How was this? Educate me on how this is better for the human race. You know, and if this is something that is just an obstacle that people need to get through, and said, hey, you know, because there's not enough obstacles, because gravity's not enough, because life in itself is not enough, because danger and it's like when God created snakes. I don't know why. I'm not saying she's a snake. I'm saying is that I don't really see the purpose of a snake. So like snakes and cockroaches and stuff like that. Those are things that I'd be like, okay, you know, why'd you create? So if anybody's taking notes, put that on the list. Snakes, cockroaches, and Wanda. Why did God create these things? That's my thought. What else? No, stand-up is a lot harder, sis. I agree with Zara. I don't know who Zara is. She's a straight jacket. Yep, I agree. Wanda belongs in a classroom. No, she doesn't. All right, let me get down to the more stuff because you got been texting like a mug. Does she really have this much conflict in her daily life? Or is it just the show? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not here for her daily life. No, I can see that. I can see a God and Satan collaboration. I can see that. Yep. God made the heart. Satan made everything else. The mouth. She's just as messy without cameras. Ma'am, that's a statement and a question, so I'm not sure how you mean that. Hey, Don, if you're trying to get a chef, that's what I need. So yeah, you stay on that right there. Tisha, please get his phone. Your husband's acting up again. That's not true. That's not true. That's a rumor. I love the renovations going on, man. Well, me too. Thank you. Maybe she hasn't had enough discipline in her life. I don't know. They got people out there. Let's talk business. Have you ever thought about franchising opportunities for Black? Yes, I have, ma'am. And I'm actually talking to my guy Amp Leith and Rod Owens in Houston and Orlando. But shoot me a DM about that. Let's talk about that, because I'm definitely interested in that, and I got a different concept that maybe you guys see on the show. I don't know. I don't do the editing. Do you think, guys? Listen. The last thing you're gonna do is get me on live to talk about what other people think. Now, Wanda's different because she's family. But yeah, guys, if you should follow them live. Warrington, 2 other requests to be. Guy, you think I should get somebody on my live? Let me see who the requests are. Let me see the people. Did you really have an affair with Tisha's MUA? I agree, Curse. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you think that someone that does something so heinous as that, and someone who's that dirty and that grimy, gets on fucking live and tells the truth? I gotta start thinking. We're talking about that too. We're talking about bringing black to Detroit. What else? You need to bring Wanda back. Wanda's in hibernation. Wanda's in hibernation. She does a lot. She eats a lot in the wintertime, and then she hibernates through the summer. What else? What else, y'all? All right, well, in a second, I'm about to get off here because I ain't got nothing to do but just joke on the audience. Now, I didn't write anything down. I just want to joke on the audience. right. Because, you know, like, who does that? Hey, man, I murdered somebody last night. I think you murdered somebody last night. Did you? No. For real? Yeah. I can't lie twice. You got me. No, it's terrible. It's terrible. And then the thing about it is, and what's worse in my case, is that I realized when that rumor came out, I was like, dog, you can say anything about me and they'll believe it. Like anything. These mugs literally be like, he's not building, he's lying. He's faking for the cameras. And you're like, motherfucker, fake a hotel? You know, it costs just as much to build it as it does to fake it, right? Yeah. Miss Monica Whitney, what are you talking about? Food trucks make good money.